Let me start with something real. Every once in a while, I get an itch. And it's not the kind that you scratch. It's the kind that tests your discipline. And I refuse to scratch it. Because discipline isn't built when life is easy. It's built in the moments you can give in, but you don't. Let me ask you, practice makes what?
Perfect.
You are all wrong. Practice does not make you perfect. That's a lie. Practice makes you better. Because if you're breathing, you're not perfect. Which means every single day, you can become better. I had to learn that the hard way. I wasn't raised with structure. I wasn't raised with stability. Foster care chaos, a mother battling addiction, the streets raising me faster than any classroom ever could. So I practiced. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. In the military, we practice daily because when pressure hits, you don't rise. You fall back on what you've built. And then life hit me hard. I made real mistakes after the military, one that cost me nearly 4 years in a federal penitentiary. That should have been the end of my story. By every statistic, I was supposed to stay there. Another failure, another number, another person locked up. But I made a decision when I got there. I wasn't going to be defined by my past, and I wasn't going to be that statistic. I was going to be built by the discipline that I could build. And that's where everything changed. That was my turning point. Practice became dedication, dedication became discipline, and discipline became my new form of standing. I was locked up, but my mind was completely free. This was the first time in my life. I started educating myself, exactly what you're doing here in college. I immersed myself in education. Being that I was in a federal institution, I could have books sent from around the world, from different libraries into me. And I did this because the more you know, the more control you have. The more control you have, the harder it is for anything to hold you down. And when I got out, I didn't wait, I didn't hope, I started to execute immediately. Today, I own multiple companies. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm the chairman of the Young Republican Party, and I stand here as proof of something powerful. This country still gives you the opportunity to rebuild if you're willing to take responsibility. And that's why this room matters. Because being here means something. It means you didn't choose to sit quietly while culture shifts around you. You chose to stand up, you chose to engage, you chose to lead. Charlie Kirk started Turning Point at 18 years old. 18, and while most people were trying to figure out life such as myself, he was stepping up because he understood something that most people ignore. America is worth defending, and young people are not the problem, they are the solution. But let's be honest, we're living in a time where that belief is under attack, where discipline is replaced with excuses, where responsibility is replaced with blame, where standing for truth can cost you everything. And that's good, because pressure reveals who you really are. Freedom is not protected by comfort. It is protected by the people who are willing to stand when it's uncomfortable. Schools can't give you character. Government can't give you discipline. There is no system that can force you to be strong. That is on you. Turning Point isn't just an organization. It's a line in the sand. A reminder that ideas matter, that freedom matters, that this country, imperfect as it is still worth fighting for. Not with violence, but with discipline, with courage, and leadership. You are not here to coast through college. You are here to prepare, to lead in business, to lead in culture, to lead when others stay silent. Because patriotism is not a slogan. It's a responsibility. So here's the question. When it gets uncomfortable, will you speak? When it gets hard, will you stand? When it would be easier to blame, will you take responsibility? Because the future of this country will not be decided by the weak. It will be decided by the ones that are disciplined. So when life gives you that itch to quit, to stay quiet, to take the easy road, don't scratch it. Master it as I did. Because the difference between who you are and who you are meant to be, and the difference between a country that falls and a country that stands, comes down to one thing. What you're willing to do every single day when no one is watching. The torch is yours now. Carry it with strength, carry it with discipline, and carry it like it actually matters. I'm Tom West. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.